Minglawa. This is the weekly highlight news of Radio NUG. I'm James. Here are the news highlights for this week. The acting president of the National Unity Government, His Excellency Duwa Lashi, graces the commemoration ceremony honoring the fallen heroes and martyrs during the Spring Revolution. Union Minister of NUG Dr. Hkawng mentioned the printing of 20,000-kyat banknotes by the Military Council. The Deputy Minister of Aung attends a meeting of NUG government cabinet members and Muslim community in the US and other interesting news. These are the weekly news details. The acting president of the National Unity Government, His Excellency Duwa Lashi, graced the commemoration ceremony of the fallen heroes and martyrs of the Spring Revolution on 23rd of July. At the ceremony, the acting president highlighted that the terrorist military council had relocated the political prisoners planned to serve as hostages because the terrorist military council is now facing political and military difficulties. It was a great honor for us to salute and appreciate the sacrifices made by the political prisoners, the national heroes who are fighting for the revolution of the country, despite the difficulties that occur due to the torture inflicted by the terrorist military council. In his speech, the acting president also underlined the importance of honoring the sacrifices of Kyaw, Aung, and Aung who died during the Spring Revolution. Martyrs who died during the Spring Revolution were honored and saluted during the event, and discussions took place between the National Unity Government and revolutionary forces. The Union Minister for the Ministry of Defense of NUG, Wu also attended the 23rd of July commemoration ceremony of the fallen heroes and martyrs during the Spring Revolution. The Union Minister expressed that today, July 23rd, is Spring Martyrs' Day. Until the end of time, martyrs' history will remain sweet. As long as the world exists, the history of killers will be repulsive. It was highlighted by the Union Minister that Kyaw and Kyaw were prominent leaders of the People's Spring Revolution, as well as those who were deeply involved in the formation of the People's Defense Force (PDF). The terrorist military council secretly excluded Kyaw, Aung, and Aung inside the prison. During the People's Spring Revolution, a total of 3,819 citizens and democracy activists were killed in opposition to the arbitrary military coup on 1st of February 2021. The Union Minister for the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environmental Conservation of NUG, Dr. Hkawng, stated on 25th of July that the printing of 20,000-kyat banknotes by the Military Council is stealing the value of money from the people. The value of foreign imports increased by 5%. It means that the inflation rate surged by 5%. At a time when it is difficult to obtain even a 4% borrowed money per month, taking the value of money out of the people's hand at a rate of 5% is not less than a country. It means that 5% of each person's labor value is taken free of charge. The Military Council declared on 23rd of July that the new type of 20,000-kyat banknotes would be issued, causing consumer goods and food prices to rise and the Myanmar kyats to fall in value. The Deputy Minister for the Ministry of Human Rights of NUG, Aung, attended a meeting of NUG government cabinet members, Rohingya groups, and Myanmar Muslim Community in Houston, Texas, in the United States on 23rd of July. The Deputy Minister delivered a speech said about recurring the National Unity Government's Rohingya policy, the 1982 Citizenship Law, the NUG government standing and working actions for justice. Next, the Deputy Minister explained about the implementations of the ministry and frankly discussed with those in attendance. The Deputy Minister welcomed the supporting of the Rohingya and Myanmar Muslim Community for the Spring Revolution and urged more participation for the supporting of the democracy movement to achieve genuine democracy based on human rights. The meeting was attended by Union Minister for the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Disaster Management of NUG, Dr. Wimya, Deputy Minister for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Umo, and the spokespersons for the President Office, Kyaw. Myanmar community in San Fran area in United States protested for the second day against the military council backing of the Bawa Yeda Sayadaw on 28th of July. One of the prominent figures of the Spring Revolution, Panselo, also participated in the demonstration. Around 50 Myanmar communities protested on the street against the Bawa Yeda Sayadaw, who lived in a rented house in a residential area. They protested for more than 2 hours, putting signs protesting against the military council backing of Sayadaw, calling to eyewitnesses that Sayadaw had not left the residence. These are the weekly highlight news of Radio NUG. We will present more interesting weekly local news to you. Thanks for joining our news.